Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. Now today we are going to talk about cats. No, just kidding. Well, I'm sure everybody would love to talk about cats, wouldn't you, Diaz? No, today we're going to talk about my Caucasian Stonecrop. Look how pretty this guy is. No, also known as the two-row stonecrop and Phytomus spurius. I think I pronounced that Latin name properly. It is a succulent, and it's a sedum, part of the sedum family. It is a flowering succulent. Now, these leaves, these leaves are cats, love them. These leaves are non-toxic to cats. However, the flowers, when it does flower, they are toxic to cats. So if you have a very curious cat or one that's suicidal like I have, then you're better off to just cut the flowers off. Now, I've had him for about a year and a half. This is my oldest surviving succulent. I've had other succulents before him. Lots of echeverias. I think I only have one left. And fishbone cactuses, Thanksgiving cactuses, haworthias. Succulents don't like me, except for my gibiflora echeveria and this guy. So I really like him. He's in a 6-inch pot. So, like I said, I've had him for a year and a half. I purchased him at a large grocery chain here called Sobeys, because I assumed he was either a peperomia or a pilea at the time. So when I brought him home and I discovered that he wasn't either or, I was quite nervous, because I was thinking, oh no, I got and accidentally bought a toxic plant. No, turns out they are non-toxic, the leaves. Now the pot is plastic. I actually purchased this pot at a local plant shop that's unfortunately not around anymore, Nancy's Flower Shop. But we have a new flower shop now, L'Atelier Brio. Gorgeous shop. They have Hoyas. Now, this guy, he can handle as low as 5 degrees Celsius to as much as 35 degrees Celsius. And he can handle a hardiness zone 4A. So he can be planted outside here. However, I don't plant him outside because Caucasian stonecrops are considered to be an invasive species. Because once they get their roots in the ground and they can spread out, they can take over. So if you do have one and you do want to put him outside, you have to keep him in a pot and then bring him inside and put him back out. Just so then that way there's no chances of him becoming invasive. Now, you can I water him between every 20 to 50 days. The reason why it's that sporadic, because I have a wood stove, and sometimes that, it changes day to day depending on how much I have to have it on, how much I have to use it, and so if you have a wood stove, you'll probably water closer to the 20 days. If you don't have a wood stove and different types of heating, you might be able to make it more towards the 50 days. Now, when you do put him outside, if you're going to be bringing him back in and out, between May and October, because then you'll be able to keep this green year round. Super cold tolerant. So if you have drafty windows in your house, especially south facing, because he has to be in a south facing window or he's not happy, and say your only south facing window is very drafty, this will not bother him. He will be perfectly happy. He will stay green and everything will be perfectly fine. Do not clean him. You don't need to clean him. You clean him, he pitches a fit. Oh yes, because I used to clean him because sometimes like cat hair will get in here. Don't clean him. You can go to your local dollar store and buy like the little paint brushes, especially even the soft ones for like, and you get a whole huge pack for like $1 or $2, and just use that to kind of clean in between. And he'll be happy. He'll be perfect. Prefers dry humidity. Do not mist him. He hates that too. So much. Hates it with a passion. And even though the leaves are quick to grow, like, because when I first got him, he was just in here, and now they've like come out here. His roots, however, are slow to grow. Very slow growing roots. You might only need to up-pot him once every 3 years. And the only reason why I up-potted him is because his roots were coming out the bottom. That was it. So, but if you do up-pot them, the best kind of soil to use is all-purpose with extra drainage, so extra perlite or pumice or even vermiculite, or the seed starting mix. That will do good for him. Now, when it comes to pests, the only pests I've heard of these guys getting is aphids. And I did deal with aphids with him. And like, I had no problems getting rid of them. They were super easy to get rid of. Even when I have thrips flying around this room, they never touched him. So I don't know what to tell you there. Now, when it comes to like certain issues, if you start seeing the leaves shrivel, that's a sign of underwatering. And that's a sign where you need to immediately water him. And it's basically drown him and then don't touch him again. That's what they like. Drowning and then dying of dehydration. So, if you start seeing like the base here, like the bases here where they're in the dirt and they start getting like spongy and rotty, that's a sign of overwatering. And once these guys get overwatered, it's very hard to bring them back. Very hard. Don't let your little ones water him or think he needs to be watered every day. Now, another issue is your leaves. Like, see how there's a lot of space between my leaves here? Like, especially here. Oh, here's a better example. Right there. That's a sign of lack of light. Now, because the south-facing window that he's in is the only south-facing window I have that he fits in. And unfortunately, it's a small window. So I have him as close as possible so that he can try and get as much light as possible. And I often turn him so then everybody gets equal amount of lights, but unfortunately there are parts of him where it just doesn't get enough light, and this happens. It's nothing to be worried about. Just either try to increase your sunlight and that's it. Or just go with the flow. They are very rewarding succulent. Like, I really like him. Like, he almost kind of like, for when it comes to pileas, like, he reminded me of the baby tears, and that was one of the reasons why I got him. Yeah, perfect little plant. I definitely would say this could be a first-time plant for some first-time plant owners. Wonderful plant. So, the Caucasian Stonecrop. There isn't really much about him to say. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. If you really like the video, subscribe. So, as always, live long, and plant on.